this is the person who asked for this. Oops, the little. But I kind of got carried away, so there is not much dragon per se in the story. But I'm so sorry, I kind of got carried away, but there is some dragon qualities to Todoroki, so I'm sorry for there not being enough dragon. I'll maybe rewrite this if I come up with a plot, like a plot for him. But anyways, some in the story there are some details about you that you cannot change. I am so sorry. But I hope you guys enjoy, and let's begin. In a kingdom of cherry trees and flowers that were always in bloom, two children played, running around and enjoying the nice warm weather. But somebody watched the two children play. Yin Salem, please come in, said. Oh, what? Please come in before it gets cold. The person who now revealing themselves to be the queen and mother of the two. Yes, mother. Salem ran to his mother, but Yin stayed. Mother, may I have a couple of minutes? Yin spoke to her mother, not looking at her, continuing to pick the flowers. No, Yin, the cold can kill us. The icy evil is not so kind, her mother warned her eldest. People have turned into statues because of that beast, she yelled. Yin's white eyelashes fluttered as she closed her eyes and opened them again. The legend of this so-called beast was that one look from it could cause you to die, forever be stuck in ice. But Yin didn't believe the stories. She knew others didn't. She knew her mother and father weren't her parents. Just a kid picked up on the side of the road. But her mother denied it and said she was her own flesh and blood. But Yin was not stupid. Her white eyelashes, her blue eyes, and snow-white hair. Her family was not the same. The dark hair, brown eyes, and normal eyelashes. I'm not going in. The cold, has never bothered me. Yin spoke calmly, but this pissed off her mother. Do you have any respect for your own mother? She was cut off. No, I don't. Because you are not my mother. You're a woman who took me in when I was a baby and decided I was your own. I'm nothing like you. Yin yelled and finally turned to her. Her so-called sibling was in tears. Leave me here to die in the cold and watch from your oh so warm. Leave me to die. Yin spoke, and they walked away from her. She, Yin, watched as the two left. She went back to picking the flowers. As it got colder and colder, the wind becoming more wilder, and as she heard footsteps up behind her, approaching. A princess of the flower kingdom should not be out here, he spoke. Yin turned to the voice to see someone so dear to her heart. Hello, my prince, Shoto Todoroki. She smiled at the boy. He also had a smile on his face, his cheeks a pinkish color. Are you happy to see me, the so-called beast of the cold? Yin asked him, which made him chuckle. Is that what the humans of the flower kingdom call me? He asked. Yes, they do. You chuckled. And this that power of yours. They think you're the one of crimes freezing people. You giggled once more. Well, technically it is me, but not the only reason I do it. It's because they try to kill me. He spoke, sitting down with you, then kissing your cheek, then you laying on his chest. Yin, you cut him off, not realizing he had spoken. Todoroki, please, take me with you this time when you leave. You teared, holding onto him tighter and tighter. Please, you whispered out. I was about to say this, but my mother and father have agreed for us to get married. He then kissed your forehead. Really? I thought your father was cruel. You spoke, tears still in your eyes. Well, once he found out you're a princess, he was glad he would get more land. He sighed, then continued. And my mother was just happy that I found someone to love. He spoke, looking down at you. You quickly got up into a sitting upright and grabbing his hands. Shoto, please, can we leave now? You asked with star eyes. You were ready to leave the so-called home of yours. He stared blank-eyed at what you had just said. Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought that you wanted me to call you that since you called me by my first name. You now, playing with your fingers. Sorry, it's just, I don't know, but you can call me that for now. He chuckled. Todoroki then got up and held his hands to you. Yin, let's get going. You then grabbed his hand and pulling you to his chest. You ready? He asked you. Yes. Oh, yeah. Hold on tight. Oh, yeah, hold on tight, he spoke. His wings flapping open and flew into the sky. The breeze felt so good on your face. It was so calm. Nothing could interrupt your peace. But it did end thanks to Shoto Todoroki, by him making it the icy lands of his hometown. The Glacier Kingdom was more prettier, in your opinion, to the Flora Kingdom. The area looked to be shining in the sunlight, the ice sparkling, the snow as white as the clouds. No, they had to be even whiter than them. It felt like home to you. You felt like you belonged there, unlike the place you used to call home. The guards looked shocked to see you when the two of you walked by them, but now in the place was harder to get used to the stares of the others who worked there or had business with the queen. When you first heard about Todoroki's family, you couldn't really understand it. His mother, the ruled the snowlands of Glacier, and his father ruled the area of Bladesmith. His sister, Fiumi, stayed with their mother, and the second son, Natsu, also lived there with their mother. This made you wonder, though, because the eldest then of them, Toya stayed with his father, which you had always been told that Todoroki's father wasn't the nicest of people and was quite rude. He had a temper, that's for sure. But when he talked about him, he was always sad, saying that his brother never sent him letters, gifts, nor came to see him. The letters/gifts first coming from Todoroki. Now you were getting closer and closer to the queen herself. What you didn't expect was to see his siblings. Oh, is this the girl you have been talking about so much? Natsu teased his younger brother. Yes, I am. My name is Yenlin. You spoke, then bowed to show your respect to his family. Oh dear, you don't have to do that. His mother spoke, then continued. You are family now. I was so pleased that Shoto found someone he loved. Oh, when he was a little boy, he never got to spend time with anyone. Or he thought they wanted to be his friend because he was the prince. He looked at Todoroki, and his cheeks were getting pinker and pinker by the second. If I recall, you're from Flora, right? Fiumi asked. Yes, I am. But you look nothing like someone from Flora, she spoke, putting her finger on her chin. Yes, I do come from the Flora Kingdom. Do both your parents come from the Flora Kingdom? Because I know people can change where they live. She spoke more. Well, I don't exactly know my actual parents. The queen and king kind of just adopted me at a young age. Oh, I'm sorry, Fumi spoke. No, you don't. You didn't know, so you don't have to apologize. He smiled at her. She looked shocked at first, then smiled back. Oh, I almost forgot. Shoto, your father will not be meeting her today, since he is busy at this time. Anyways, I'm going to take her to your room, Shoto. Fumi spoke, grabbing your shoulders and taking you to his room. Years later, you had found out that you were never from the Flora Kingdom. In fact, you were from the Glacier Kingdom. Your mother and father did move to the Flora Kingdom, but they were never found. So, that mystery is still yet to be told. But one day, Mommy, your son ran towards you, his worried face making you panic a bit, thinking something was wrong. What is it? What hurts? Is something bleeding? Or someone? You asked, looking over his face to see if anything was wrong. Nope, all good. I just wanted to say hi. He smiled. Toshi, stop scaring your mother. One of these days, she's not going to listen to you. Todoroki scolded. Sorry, Mommy. Toshi apologized, then continued. Can you make me a flower? Of course. Just promise me you won't ever scare me like that again. I won't anymore. Pinky promise. His smile looked like a glowing sun. With those words, your hands seemingly glowed and sprouted, the flower growing bigger and bigger, till it was perfect. You plucked it and placed it behind his ear. He giggled and ran off to his blonde friend. Remember when we were like that? Todoroki asked you, hugging from behind, watching Toshi give the flower to a little girl, then running off to play. Yes, but I wonder who will ask first. You spoke, holding his hands. Knowing her father, she is going to be too stubborn to ask him, or she's going to ask him, he said, and kissed your cheek. I bet she will ask first. You giggled out. So basically, if you guys didn't understand that part where it's like, hey, your parents are from the glacier. So basically, where you're born is kind of where your powers are located at. So basically, if you're born in Glacier, which is where Todoroki lives, you have ice. And if you're born in the Flora, you have plant. And you were born in Flora. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. And sorry if this wasn't to your expectations. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Bye. I love you all so much.